Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy boarding at Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959, 281-4723, and 299-4227, or email us at coralvisiontt@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Roger Garraway and his community of creatives present The Royal Exhibit, a 3-day art exhibition, Wednesday, April 27th to Friday, April 29th. Queens Park, Savannah. Daily start time, 11:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. under the auspices of the MP for St. Anne's East, Dr. Nyan Gaspidal. The greatest and finest pieces ever witnessed by local artists in Trinidad and Tobago will be on display for purchase. Come to this wonderful event and walk away owning a masterpiece that can be displayed in your home or passed down for generations to come. Roger Garraway has now made his mark on the international market, breaking barriers and setting the standard high. He and his group of friends will wow you with their out-of-this-world pieces. This event cannot be missed. You can also enjoy the opportunity to browse and purchase fantastic one-of-a-kind handmade art and craft pieces created by local designers from the community. Special guest appearances by Patrice Roberts, Michael Edwards and friends, Iwer George, Roxanne Lane, Gracie, and Joey Rivers and his band. Food and drinks on sale. Secured parking for all vehicles and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Special thank you to the Member of Parliament for St. Anne's East, Dr. Nyan Gaspidal.
Yeah. I make the whole place smash up. When we sipping on Caraya's pink Moscato, turn it up. I make the whole place smash up. Yeah. Bottle after bottle, like me win the lotto. Bad and bougie, I'm humble when my hustle. Shape like a model, sexy and subtle. Caraya's can make me turn it up a next level. Right now I feeling a kind of vibe. Aye. It's a Caraya's pink Moscato vibe. Aye. Caraya's pink Moscato. Drink responsibly.
Dr. Livette. Join him right here on your radio every Friday afternoon from 5:05 p.m. to 5:35 p.m. for your dose of the health and wellness in a program that is sure to change your life. Popular for promoting Livette rather than diet, Dr. Livette has transformed a number of lives nationwide and is now live on the Street 919 FM every Friday from 5:05 p.m. Tune in and also learn about the U-Juice to build your immunities and promote overall great health. Dr. Livette on the Street 919 FM this and every Friday from 5:05 p.m. to 5:35 p.m. It's time that you live.
Shop at New City Mall and check out our premium selection of high-quality clothing and accessories for men and women. Save on all items with competitive prices and courteous service throughout the entire mall. New City Mall is located in the heart of Port of Spain with entrances at 3 Charlotte Street and number 41 Independence Square. We offer a variety of shirts, long and short sleeve, round and V-neck tops, vests, caps, hats, sunglasses, briefs, boxers, shorts, swim trunks, denim, jeans, long and 3/4, socks, sneakers, casual and athletic, shoes, dressy and fashionable, dresses, formal and casual, skirts, lingerie, undergarments, and a wide range of accessories. Come check us out as we also have clothing and accessories like Levi's, Clarks, Armani Exchange, Hollister, American Eagle, Ralph Lauren, Nike Air Force and Air Max, Puma, Adidas, Timberland, Academics, Aeropostale, Old Navy, Forever 21, Hanes, Dockers, Guess, Converse, and so much more. We have barbers, hairstylists, as well as weave and wigs on sale. All at New City Mall. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Sale, sale, sale.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
How them gyal them so boy. Long time all you like money man. Now you like susu man. This is from the age of 10. Had my first girlfriend. I didn't have no paper when she wanted ice cream from right round the bend. But don't fast forward later then. How much money you spend? This small susu hand where you get. She marking every cent. You see I trust too much girl in life. You see I make too much of a choice. You see I try to do what is right. Never me again. I'm jamming them guys for spite. I hand in first. All them girl is the worst. I hand in first. Can't take it in reverse. I hand in first. All them girl is the worst. I hand in first. Can't take it in reverse. I hand in like more money to spend, I juggling both of them. Different and the best friend, and they want me to spend the what? Pay the bills and rent. The two so hand where I get. She still say she take cash and check. You see I trust too much girl in life. You see I make too much of a choice. You see I try to do what is right. Never be again. I'm jamming them guys for spite. I hand in first. All them girl is the worst. I hand in first. Can't take it in reverse. I hand in first. All them girl is the worst. I hand in first. Can't take it in reverse. I hand in like ba ba la ba la bam bam ba la ba ba la ba la bam bam ba la ba ba la ba la bam bam ba la ba ba la ba la I hand in like
All right, Trinidad and Tobago, how you guys doing today? A very special good afternoon to each and every one of you. Top of the afternoon to those of you locking us down right now on the World Wide Web. Those of you are locking us down on Facebook and on YouTube. Wherever you're listening to us, I say thank you so much for choosing me. Today is Friday, and of course, we're going to start it pretty early.
Yeah. Ooh. If you cut me, you go see blood. And if you squeeze me, you go feel the love. We are one people under the sun. One nation under the law. So who feel the black? Who feel the black? Who feel the white? Who feel the white? I don't know. But it's not till tomorrow night. Who feel the wrong? Who feel the wrong? Who feel the right? Who feel the right? Come and go. And all who feel the too bright. Let me jump up the same way. Let me wind up the same way. Party not same way. Rama Jeringo Lekete, we come to play mass. Every creed and class. Don't let nothing pass. Like a ready TV, all the love inside the way. You got an accent, but we not really different. 99, 1%, love to one, represent. All that we want to see, happiness, prosperity. I do you and you for me. Cause if you touch me, you will see blood. And if you squeeze me, you will feel the love. We are one people under the sun. One nation under the law. So who feel the black? Who feel the black? Who feel the white? Who feel the white? I don't know. But it's not till tomorrow night. Who feel the wrong? Who feel the wrong? Who feel the right? Who feel the right? Come and go. And all who feel the too bright. Let me jump up the same way. Let me wind up the same way. Party not same way. Rama Jeringo Lekete, we come to play mass. Every creed and class. Don't let nothing pass.
so good afternoon to those of you locking us down on YouTube right now. Let me say top of the afternoon going out to... Let me see who's there. 1 minute. All right, let's see who's there. So wait now, let me tell me all in come up on YouTube. That's not nice. So let me see. Put me up on YouTube for me. Check and see if I'm on YouTube. And I find the camera looking a little dark. See if I could light it up for me. So let me see who's on Facebook. Good afternoon to Facebook. Maria Lyons, Alana Smith, Anthony Raymond, Lisa King, the whole crew. As you get in, just like the video and share the live. We just have 2 hours today and we want to cover as much as we could. It's the end of the work week. And I know a lot of you, a whole lot of you, have a lot of information to share. So let's jump straight inside talk now. So last weekend, Trinidad and Tobago saw a whopping about 16 murders for the Easter weekend. It was a bloody Easter. Trinidad and Tobago is being labeled a dangerous society, a violent society. We've had among the murders, husband killing wife, relatives killing relatives, random killings, children being murdered. However, coming out of the murderous long weekend, we went off to school first few days with about 15 school fights. And I'm not talking about no regular fight where you fight and don't hit me and I don't hit me back. And no, I'm talking about vicious school fights. To the extent where police is now being advised to patrol 15 of our nation's schools. So it's clear that the society is a violent one. Yeah, you can't get away from the fact that the children are displaying what they see at home and in their immediate environment. That's a fact. However, attention is being placed on the police service. On this murderous long weekend, the police had a number of road exercises. I ran into about 3 or 4 of the road exercises the police held along the Uriah Butler Highway. You know, I do drive too fast, so I just take my time to get to where I need to get to. But some other motorists weren't so lucky. There were a line of cars waiting to be ticketed. So citizens are saying the police service, or the motto, according to the Express, is to terrorize with tickets. It's being said that the police used to protect and serve. And although that was more said than done in terms of action, especially the serve part, they're saying officers now have become ticket terrorists or ticket terrorizers. It's a fact around the country. People have been complaining on social media. It's just too much roadblocks. It's just too much ticketing exercises going on. Not much attention is being placed on crime. What is going on? Are you such a citizen? Do you believe this? Now, I am in no way attempting to come down on the hard-working police officers. I mean, I love my protect and servers. I think that they do an awesome job, and if given the opportunity, not any one of us can execute what they do on a daily basis. I always feel worried that families of police officers that have them in the active line of duty probably don't sleep at night, because the type of criminals you're seeing today, they're not playing with the police. Some time ago, there was a video on circulator with police having to run for cover down in Shogunas. They open fire on them. I saw another video circulating with a man running up to a police jeep sometime this week and licks with a piece of wood. So police officers have it hard. I'm not disputing that. However, does the average citizen have confidence in the police assisting and solving crime? It's being said that our detection rates have improved. Are you seeing this trickling down? Or are you one of the viewers today in the Express that believes the police service is ticket terrorizers? The lines are open. I'm going to take your call. Numbers to call 342-0081, 342-0081, 771-1791, 4665391. And let me tell Leon Devine something. Instead of coming here to talk about crime under the PNM, you need to watch what's going on in Tobago under the PDP. Because someone called us here yesterday about a series of break-ins in his area. And he used the radio as a mean to warn some of the villagers. So crime is on the increase in Tobago. Relax, pardon. That has nothing to do with politics. It all have to do with the mentality of the citizenry, who have become more sickening and brazen. Just this week, I heard a situation from a relative about a friend whose 80-something-year-old relative had to jump through a window and roll down a hill to get away from bandits who broke in their home in Sandy Grande. So traumatized was this 80-something-year-old man, they searched for him and found him hiding under a tree. In his golden years, where he should be going to Jesus in peace, he has to jump through window to run from these little pests and them all over the damn place. So, I'm going to open the phone lines. I'm going to play voice notes as well, but I'm going to open the phone lines first and allow you guys to come in on this topic. Are you one of the citizens who believe the police are ticket terrorizers and not doing enough to detect and deal with the crime situation? Caller, you live. Caller, you live. I don't know what's happening. Feel free to call me back. I'm hearing myself echoing. We urge you guys, when you get in, to lower the volume on your radio. It sends an echo. It sends a feedback. Let's go again. Caller, you live.
Aisha, good day.
Good afternoon.
Aisha, I agree with you 100%. Aisha, I was up in Santa Cruz and I was driving about 55 to 60. Because I didn't monitor the sign at the time now. And I was right up on the bumper at the time. You know I pay a ticket for 2005 in Santa Cruz. Because you're supposed to be going at 50. Although I explained it to the policeman, you know the man who was driving up right under your bumper, they didn't give you no ticket. The police them only out there to get tickets. You don't hear them actually catching nobody who committing crime. You don't hear it. When we just hear that. But you know what they'll do? If they stop here and they're talking to you, even if you talk to them in anyhow, there's obscene language coming back at you, and they treat you very terrible.
So in other words, you are one of the citizens that don't have confidence in the police service.
Our confidence in them. Waste of time. Waste of time. You could go in front of a police station and shoot a man and kill a man and you will get away. And you will drive off with your vehicle right there. That's how it is in Trinidad and Tobago. When you go in a police station to make a complaint, at the time we and my brother-in-law get away from a situation. We was mistreating one of our nephews them. Call the police station. Hey, well, you better come and deal with the situation with this man. Because, and this is a true life story I tell you here. come and deal with this man, this situation with this man before we damage him. You know what the policeman tell me on the line? He said, when I kill it, you go like look like if it's self-defense. And it so happened that things get so out and we really did beat that fella real bad till he knock out cold, you know. And we thought he had dead, you know, but the neighbors them end up coming wrong and end up doing certain things to get him, revive him and things. When you call the police, they do not come. We are wait 24 hours if it's a missing person, and then there's all kind of thing going on. You can call the police and not have been turned around, and everybody know that. Have a blessed day.
Thank you so much. So let me rephrase that because I don't want anybody walking away with the opinion that Aisha Wells has no confidence in the police service. That is far from the truth. I said I love and respect the hard-working police officers because I could not be in their family members' shoes when they go out to work at night, the type of elements they deal with out there. However, I want to hear your views and opinions on whether you have faith in them or are you one of the citizens that think the police is ticket terrorizing citizens. So I didn't really give my opinion. I commended the police service for their very hard work. You know, I'm just thinking as a nation with 1.4 million people, with a police force with less than 8,000, we're expecting them at outside every citizen's door, outside the nation's schools, on the roads, and hunting criminals. And I think that's a little unfair to them. You know, that's just my opinion. Is it that we need to increase the number of our force now that we're in this situation? Because they also have to respond to citizens and outsiders. And we have a migrant population, according to statistics, of over 50,000. And we're asking the same police force to police them too. Let me go. Caller, you live.
Yes. Yes, the tourists right because everybody wants to be in this country. The honest and peace and then we're going to control tourists and they're right. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Let's go. Caller, you live.
Hey, good afternoon, Iwer.
How you doing, bro?
How you doing? Everything cool, sister?
Yeah. You know me. Don't make a scene. Don't make a fuss.
Well, let me talk from knowledge, from being involved in an organization called Arrive Alive. One, in order to solve crime in any developing society, you had to deal with traffic. You had to deal with your carnage on your road. You had to deal with your offenses on your road. We had to be honest and real. I know coming at Trinidad and Tobago is basically a violent society, and your personality comes behind the steering wheel. We drive reckless, we drive selfish, we drive greedy, and that is why the death rate on the road this year exceeds last year. I have a brethren for the long weekend, and we decided to do Aisha Wells. He's a man is thinking advance. He said, me going away for this long weekend because I don't like how people driving, and I have my daughter this weekend, and I don't want to be run up and down in a police station, nobody bounce me or no do this shit. So he rocked back. Let me be real and let me be honest. And the reason why we can't put a handle on crime, every gunman, every thief, everybody had to use the road. And the reason why you had to step up, the reason why they target the road and with roadblocks and stuff, it is to raise the detection rate in order to pursue the leads of who they're looking for. Come like the shooting in the subway, Aisha. You know New York better than me like the back of your hand. You live out there. I never live out there. I just visit. The guy who shot in the subway, how do you think they found him? They found the vehicle. That's the first thing they found. And they run a trace on the suspect. A black male, something Jackson, I forget his name. So the reason why we can't get a grip on crime, one of the integral parts of getting grip on crime is getting a grip. I don't because people are, even if the people with the speakers on the highways, people speeding and driving reckless on the back roads and the minor roads. That's what going on, Wells. So in order he might say here what's going on because we're not accustomed to that. Aisha, you live out there. You know, I was going to a Jewish neighborhood right out there in New York. And as you step past your thing, you pull up a lot of his profiling, which you will know. Police right there. Because that is a way to keep your citizens in check. Because when you start the lawlessness on the road, Aisha Wells, you carry it right back into the community back into on the road, and vice versa. And I don't want to lump and bash all police officers. I just think it's a deeper issue with the police service. That's why we can't get a hold on crime and the judiciary. Judiciary and the police service is two major things that Mr. Manning tried to fix. And until we fix those things, I think crime will remain. I say, well, I listen to everybody else.
Thank you so much. The lines are open. We continue to take your calls. I'm going to play voice notes in the next few minutes. So if you want to get in before the voice notes, please do, because I'm not going to interrupt the voice notes for calls. So feel free to get in now. Let me read some of your comments on Facebook. Sean Bennett says, the police officers have it really, really tough. Some officers are trying their best, but these youths just want to be bad. And Sean, I want to agree with what you're saying. Let's go again. Caller, you live.
Hi, Aisha. Good afternoon to you and everybody else.
How you doing, love?
I'm good. Aisha, this is certainly a difficult thing to answer, question. But, when the G's were there, I thought so because you had so many of them. But then there is a reason. Because police, like doctors are trained in a certain way to give it that medication, to look out for that. You cannot tell a doctor, medical doctor, to use herbal medicine. Okay? So police are trained to treat you the way you're to be treated. Because they cannot, just like when they were saying, they can't tell who are family and you had to wear the mask. The police don't know what you're going to do, who you are, your personality, because they don't know about you. And a lot of people behave. I drive on the street, and it's only now I'm trying to be calm. It's not easy, but I really think that more security should be around, right? People say police work hard, and I understand that they choose that job to protect us, and I think they should. I love what they're doing now on the road, right? It's not just about giving a ticket. It's about letting you know that they are there, they're present, observed, and, they could go around a little more in the neighborhood, and I appreciate that. But I think they're doing a good job. I'm not doing that job, and like you, we don't know if they're coming back home because people fear.
Look, we're now getting a report from someone on the chat named Kerwin McDonald. He says, good afternoon. I'm hearing a police officer was just shot and killed in Rich Plain, Diego Martin. You see?
What I mean? That's what we are talking about. Right? They cannot determine who is who. They don't live with you and they're not reading your mind. Have a pleasant evening.
Thank you so much. So we're waiting for confirmation on that. Let me start to send my feelers out on the ground. If it's true, it's going to be on DJ Sheriff's Facebook page, so I'm hunting to find out now. And that's my point. The police are being met with real resistance out there. And that ain't no lie. I used to think, because it's so cliched, with the police were shot at first and they returned fire statement in Trinidad. Yeah, it's true. Look at here. PC Jilks. 7 minutes ago on Sheriff's Hall. Let me send it over here so I could show it to you guys. Yeah. That the police shoot at somebody and they return fire. I used to think, well, oh God, not everybody you shoot at, return fire. That's a lie. Until I saw that video last week when the police bounced up some real gunmen in Enterprise. And these men open fire on the police. You're seeing the dog and all running from bullet. In this video. You're seeing police ducking behind vehicle. You're seeing things flying by the camera. Pishing. I was blown away by that video. And the video was taken from a house video. Somebody had a house camera around the house and the house camera catch the whole thing. And I changed my mindset completely on the police report that they were shot at first. I used to find, oh God, every week is the police saying they shot at, until I saw that video and realized it's real gunmen they're dealing with out there. It's sad. Let me show you the officer that lost his life earlier in the Rich Plain Diego Martin area. Condolences to his family if they are listening to this program. We have to get it right, people. He is being labeled as homicide number 164. His badge number is number 18464. PC Jilks reportedly died after he was shot a short while ago while on duty at Rich Plain Diego Martin. Sources stated that the suspect is said to be known to the police. So condolences to this police officer killed in the line of duty. Coincidentally, we decided to touch this topic today. And a few minutes ago, our officer lost his life. So how are we going to address this situation? How? Is it that we need more police? Because the police force is clearly stretched. They can't be everywhere. And we are demanding that they be everywhere. We want them outside the schools. We want them on the roads. We want them hunting criminals. Put them in heights of a repo. Put them everywhere. And we still have an immigrant population that the police have to also police. Is it that we need more of them? It's sad. Because to be a police officer in Trinidad in this time, you had to really be good for yourself. These gunmen not playing with you out there. They're not playing. They're going at the police hard. How do we deal with that? Tapis Sukram says to bring back Gary. We'll bring in back Gary Griffith. Assist Gary Griffith was there and I didn't see no real significant change to the police service. Other than a lot more media and attention being placed on them because, you know, Gary Griffith is a media guy. But did crime decrease under Gary Griffith? In my opinion, no. He was just quick to respond in the media to the incidents. But did Gary Griffith really fix crime in this country? Tell me, Jack Warner. I'll quicker tell you, yes, when Jack Warner was Minister of National Security, we saw a little thing in crime went down. Jack Warner dealt with crime. But to tell me, Gary, I'm not sold that Gary Griffith really did anything to the crime. Well, you could probably tell me your opinion. This is mine. If you believe Gary Griffith assisted in bringing down crime in this country, you're free to share that view. What do we do to address the police service? Or are you one of the citizens who believe that they are more ticket terrorizers than anything else? Caller, you live.
Think I change it. Man who's supposed to be in jail, they go to courthouse. Man really finally charged and want to be prime minister. So I think we change it now. Yeah? All them men supposed to be in jail. I'm doing all of them. But I'm going to cut on some for people. The people never change it. That's when young people watching. When you start to look up like Rambin, move the road and you can see, then things will change it.
Let me say good afternoon to DJ Sheriff on the line. Sheriff, I had to use your source to confirm the police shooting because there's no other news source I really trust on social media. That's one. And two, you always have the news first. I don't know how, and I don't know why, but you always do. So as soon as the report came on the live that an officer had died in the line of duty in Rich Plain, I said, let me check DJ Sheriff page because he would have it first. And show said so done. By the time I check your page, you had updated the news 7 minutes ago. So DJ Sheriff, continue doing the good work that you're doing on social media. I'll advise all my listeners to go and follow DJ Sheriff's page on Facebook if you want news in real time. Sheriff does have all the news in real time. When I look in for credible news online, I go to DJ Sheriff's Facebook page. The lines are open, and I don't care what you say, Bernadine Davidson, if I too dangerous or not. I'm not as dangerous as the criminals that out there. I could tell you that. So instead of your focus being on me, your focus should be on the criminals that out there and whether we are really safe. Well, you're studying the wrong thing. Caller, you live.
Good evening.
How you doing, darling?
I'm cool. But this is a holistic approach, right? Mankind thinks he's more wiser than God, right? The Bible says, and most holy text says, a man shed man's blood, his blood must be shed. That is one form of striking fear into the hearts of criminals. Right? Rulers are not to be a terror to those that are good enough. Rulers, government supposed to be a terror to those who are not good. And all who want to play around with this issue are going to continue to get worse and worse every day. The government, not only this government, but all governments, when you have people who are bent on killing, taking people's life innocently, you have to forfeit their life. It's clear as that. These young men out here, because they try to get away from punishment and all these things, so they're becoming more emboldened every day. More emboldened every day. And unless we put down our foot hard, look what children are doing. And why they're doing that? Because many of them are not being corrected. I'm not saying about beating them and what have you, but there must be serious consequences when people step out of line. And we want to get away from that. We want to pussyfoot around it. We want to do all kind of things and talk all kind of things. But to face the bull eye to eye, running from that. Hang the skin. Due process, let it go through due process. And the next thing, this court we have here is a joke. This court we have here, because how much people police will catch and put in prison? They keep putting people in prison. But what's going on in the court? They're getting all the perks. All these magistrates and judges getting all the perks. How much work did this give on a daily basis? How much did this contribute? Aisha, thanks very much.
Thank you so much. Let's play some voice notes, get you guys interactive.
Aisha Wells, let me understand this, People who like to do the wrong things would always have a problem with authority. No matter what is done, people who love to do the wrong things will always have a problem with authority. If you don't break the rules of the road, you will not get a ticket. It's as simple as that. If for some reason you believe you get a ticket wrongfully, you have the option of going to court and challenging it. It's as simple as that. That is how it is. That is the rules. But there are rules for a reason. If you don't break the rules, you would have a problem. Like anything else, once you follow the rules, you don't have a problem. It's the people who don't like to follow the rules and want to break the rules every day always have a problem with the police. We want the police to protect us, but we don't want to do the right thing. And when we do the wrong thing and the police do the job, we have a problem. Yeah, we know it have police officers who may have bad days like anywhere else in the world and in any other organization. People just have bad days. So the police not exempted from that. People just need to learn to do the right thing and follow the rules. Because they just leave and go across in America and Canada and all kind of places and follow all the rules there. And as soon as they reach back home in their own country, the unpatriotic bastards and they want to do everything wrong and they want to follow no rules at all. Trinidadians is the one worst problem, especially hard-headed people. Listen, I'm going to say this as well, just to try to make some sense to some of you out there who don't have much common sense. starting from the commissioner of police. The commissioner of police is a politically appointed post. You can't get rid of that. His job is to ensure that the members under his service in the TTPS have the tools to do the job. That is his job. So he has to play political. He has a political role because he has to liaise with the political hierarchy in order to get the finances to provide for the service. Police officers have a job to do to protect and serve, prevent, detect, solve crimes, prevent people from committing crimes, consult people, counsel, arbitrate, mediate. The police officer must, at least any good police officer, should have a good understanding of the laws of Trinidad and Tobago. And the volumes of laws is very long. No lawyer could do that, but the police is expected to have honest, because once you go to the police for help, he must be able to help you. From land deed to bar license, liquor license, supermarket license, precious metals license, sports club, gambling. It's wide, the range wide. So a police officer who is a very good police officer has to know a lot. He has to be well versed in the law. Now, a police officer cannot do his job unless he's assisted by the public. Because if somebody come to rob you, thief from you, kill you, the police are never there. And the police can only know what went on after the fact when you report the matter, unless he's on the scene itself when it happened, which is highly unlikely. So police do not know what's going on unless you report it. So if people don't report crimes, the police can't solve crimes. If people don't give evidence about criminal activity, the police can't carry it to court. The police can't hold nobody just because they believe they're going to commit a crime or they feel they commit a crime and carry them to the court. No, the police need evidence in the court so that the court could make the decisions to incarcerate and punish. The police don't do that. People don't understand the different arms of the state of law when it comes to justice. They must learn. People always go have a problem with police. And yes, where we could agree that there are some police who does give problems, the majority of the people in this country does give problems. And we're seeing it every day, from children to adults. So who we want to blame? So we go blame police for every problem it have out there? If people learn to do the right thing and learn to be civilized to one another, we wouldn't have so much issues to deal with. But we always want, because you're hearing it on the radio, they want the police to do this, they want the police to do that, they want the police to solve this, they want the police to discipline the children, they want the police to deal with the pipers, they want the police to deal with drug dealers, they want the police to do everything. So the police must be everywhere, every day. The police have to be on the roads, in the schools, in your house. So at what point in time will people take responsibility for their own self in this country? At what point in time will people learn to be responsible for the actions and take responsibility for it? It's about time we learn to get real, I know. It's about time we learn to get real.
So information coming in, and Anderson James, send those videos you just sent me over to Kevin Henry's page, Google page, so I could pull it up here. They say these are the suspects in the shooting of the police officer. It's alleged, I'm waiting to confirm such. Any of you know these men or know their whereabouts, you're asked to contact the nearest police service. So Anderson James, go ahead and send it to Kevin Henry's page, the video, so we can pull it up here. There's a video circulating that I want to show you guys. So they say these are the suspects, people. Young men of African descent. If you know these men or their whereabouts, you're asked to contact the police. The lines are open. We continue to take your calls. Let's go, caller, you're live.
Hi, Isha, how are you? Good afternoon.
I am good. How are you?
Not too bad. I like what the lady said. For the most part, only have one little thing I kind of disagree with in regards to the evidence gathering. You see, for too long, we have this issue where the police rely on eyewitness. And it has been proven so many times that eyewitnesses are not always credible. Because sometimes what you see is not always necessarily bound to be. And therefore, the police have to learn that much more than eyewitness. Eyewitness will point you in the right direction. But there is a certain level of physical evidence that is needed to be collected to complete the prosecution of anybody, regardless of what crime. And even in murders, especially in murder, an eyewitness can be discredited at any point in time within the case. So you need physical evidence. That's why in America they say without a body you can't prosecute. Because you need that physical evidence. And the police sometimes are a little lackadaisical in the collection of evidence once there is an eyewitness present. And I've seen that in a number of instances. And that's why we just have this poor, not detection, or we already have a poor detection rate, but a poor performance in courts for prosecution when it comes to criminals finalizing and getting jailed and whatnot, because we rely too much on eyewitness information and very little physical evidence. So we need to get the police to do that a lot more. Thank you.
Thank you so much. The lines are open. They're telling me that's the same person. That look like two different people, eh? So I don't know. If you have any information, send it over to the police. I'm waiting on the video to come up so I can show it to you guys, those of you online. Caller, you live.
Yes, Aisha, I know hearing that this policeman get killed in the line of duty up in Rich Plain. Now, this is a very, very sad development. If this is what I hear is true, is it true?
Yes, it's true.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Well, the problem is too many guns are easily coming into the country, and when people call and talk about it, they say the people who shipping the guns and not responsible for those who collecting the guns and all this kind of thing. The government needs to come and be more stronger, way, way much stronger than what they are now doing in the prevention of guns coming in. And these guys are no longer bringing in guns by boats and things like long time. They are shipping it in here. They are shipping things down here in barrels, and we have seen evidence of that. You know how many guns get in the country through that system? Because one went to collect some in the port. When she realized something wrong, she disappeared. They say the owner is somewhere in Santa Cruz. All kind of guns. You see the kind of caliber guns? Is that capped gun them fellas have, you know? Is 5.56 and 7.62 rounds them fellas firing at the officers. Them little bulletproof vests cannot stop them rounds, you know. Them rounds is what they're using in Afghanistan and in Ukraine. So when you have a little fella who don't know what the hell he's doing, and he just shooting indiscriminately, these things are designed to penetrate light armor, the kind of vest that has stopped that.
Caller, we're going to go for a break. You'll call me back. The video you're seeing right now is the colleagues of the police officer rushing him in the police vehicle to be taken to hospital. As you can see, they're putting him in the back of the police truck, or the police van, sorry, trying to get him to the hospital. Thank you so much, Anderson James, for sending me this video. We're going to go for a break. We're going to come back. Remember, when we come back, we're inside the last and final hour.
Let me jump up, same way. Let me wind up, same way. Party not stop. Ramage bingo like we come to play man. Every creed and class.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Lo.
Persistence.
Let me catch my breath on here. Me playing mad in real life, I'm tired. Somebody say yeah. George, I read energy way. Only that away from the setup. Hold on. Hold in your stomach. I read belly, you know. And just sing. Sing from your heart, ding dong. Just sing. From the age of 10, had my first girlfriend. I didn't have no paper when she wanted ice cream from right from the bed.
Yeah. I make the whole place smash up. When we sipping on Caraya's pink Moscato, turn it up. I make the whole place slash up. Yeah. Bottle after bottle, like me win the lotto. Bad and bougie, I'm humble when my hustle. Shape like a model, sexy and subtle. Caraya's can make me turn it up a next level. Right now I feeling a kind of vibe. Aye. It's a Caraya's pink Moscato vibe. Aye. Caraya's pink Moscato. Drink responsibly. You are invited to join Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the old-time gospel hour all-night prayer. This and every Friday evening on the Street 919 FM from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Designed with you in mind, this program deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will also be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed thee, O man, what is good and what doeth the Lord require of thee, but to justly and to love mercy and walk humbly with thy God. Your financial support through the First Citizens Bank will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222. For further information, call 753-1113 or email us at church668hope@gmail.com.
Join the winning team with Pastor Alkaline John every Monday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m. and every Wednesday evening from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. live on the Street 919 FM as he talks about Lviv, the power of 5 fruits, one of the most powerful antioxidant supplements on the market today. The 5 superfruits in Lviv are mangosteen, acai, pomegranate, gogi, and nuni. These fruits have a positive and profound impact on human health, performance, and disease. Listen to Pastor Alkaline John every Tuesday at 9:05 a.m. and Wednesday at 7 p.m. on the Street 919 FM as he gives live testimonials of the Lviv healing powers. To get more information, you can contact Pastor Alkaline John at 516-286-7079, 516-286-7079, or you can visit his webpage at www.alkalinejohn.com.
Every Friday, it's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays with MC Duke and Selector Kochi from 6 straight to 9 p.m. blazing all the latest and past soca hits. So remember, make it a line, make it a day, rock and come in, you know. It's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays on the Street 919 FM. You don't know.
Reset expectations.
Babe, summer's coming up. We really should start planning the real vacay.
You mean the one after we take a break with the kids?
We can hear you.
Start planning your getaway trip with Caribbean Layaway's 0% interest and flexible payment plan.
One thing for sure, flying Caribbean is the way to go.
It's no fun without us, right? Mom? Dad?
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff.
For everything you do, Caribbean Airlines, we got you.
Roger Garraway and its community of creatives present The Royal Exhibit, a 3-day art exhibition, Wednesday, April 27th to Friday, April 29th. Queens Park, Savannah. Daily start time, 11:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Under the auspices of the MP for St. Anne's East, Dr. Nyan Gatsby. The greatest and finest pieces ever witnessed by local artists in Trinidad and Tobago will be on display for purchase. Come to this wonderful event and walk away owning a masterpiece that can be displayed in your home or passed down for generations to come. Roger Garraway has now made his mark on the international market, breaking barriers and setting the standard high. He and his group of friends will wow you with their out-of-this-world pieces. This event cannot be missed. You can also enjoy the opportunity to browse and purchase fantastic one-of-a-kind handmade art and craft pieces created by local designers from the community. Special guest appearances by Patrice Roberts, Michael Edwards and friends, Iwer George, Roxanne Lane, Tracy, and Joey Rivers and his band. Food and drinks on sale. Secured parking for all vehicles and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Special thank you to the Member of Parliament for St. Anne's East, Dr. Nyan Gatsby.
Daddy said it was our special lover. I told my granny, but she didn't help. He was so nice when we talked online. I threw up again. I just can't sleep. I failed my test. I missed school last week. Now he wants pictures of my body. I have a right to the feet. Stop hurting me. Please.
Don't keep child abuse a secret. If you see something, say something. Report it today at 996. A message from the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago and the European Union United Nations Spotlight Initiative.
Well. Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion boarding at Kings Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy boarding at Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959, 281-4723, and 299-4227, or email us at coralvisiontT@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
From the studio to the stage, every Friday between 3 to 4 p.m. Right here on the street, 919 FM. Radio you can see. Log on to our Facebook and YouTube so you can see live interviews and performances from some of our very own local superstars. Right here on the street, 919 FM.
Good day. Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q Auto Parts Division? Yes, sir. I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries. Excuse me, sir? Is it true? You have batteries selling for $488? Yes. Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries. So I could buy a battery for $488? Yes, sir. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed and distributed by Massey Automotive. Which part? Right here at Johnny Q Hardware and Auto Parts Division, 15 Arabita Avenue, Woodbrook. And our new Johnny Q Superstore, located at Lowlands Mall off Claude Noel Highway in Tobago. You could call 60 Tools. All right. Thanks, boss. Nah, man. Granny, do you have $488 to lend, man?
If you're experiencing pain, constipation, headaches, poor blood circulation, high or low blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, swollen or darkened feet, come visit us at Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle offer a wide range of services. Come and experience our new 3D analyzer, which allows you to have a look inside your body. We also provide live blood analysis, iridology, ionic foot detox with foot soak and foot massage, aquatherapy, full body massage, and organic supplements on sale such as Nano Silver, Nano Zinc, Body Light, cold pressed sesame oil, and more. Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. For more information, call 275-8359 or
views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the street. 919 FM.
Dr. Livette. Join him right here on your radio every Friday afternoon from 5:05 p.m. to 5:35 p.m. for your dose of the health and wellness in a program that is sure to change your life. Popular for promoting Livette rather than diet, Dr. Livette has transformed a number of lives nationwide and is now live on the street 919 FM every Friday from 5:05 p.m. Tune in and also learn about the U-Juice to build your immunities and promote overall great health. Dr. Livette on the street 919 FM this and every Friday from 5:05 p.m. to 5:35 p.m. It's time that you live.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Thursday from 10:05 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. for the program Straight and Narrow, The Way of Life, The Health Store, being brought to you by Mrs. Arlene Collins Mohammed. For more information, check us out on Facebook or Instagram at Straight and Narrow, or visit our website at www.opulence.com/Arlene for Life. You can also call or WhatsApp at 309-4697 or 620-9379.
Hi, I'm Valentine Garcia.
And I'm Nikki Garcia.
Please join us on the Final Hour broadcast every Thursday at 9 a.m. on the Street 919 FM radio.
Every week we will journey into the amazing Word of God. So please join us.
See you then.
Julia, how our daughter bright so?
What you mean?
Kelly's so young and already talking about when she gets her first job, taking out a mortgage with TTMF at 2%.
She knows about 2%?
Yes. 2% with no down payment as a first-time homeowner and the lowest rate on the market. We would not have to dip into our savings to set her up. Where she get all these brains from?
Her mother, of course.
TTMF, from here to home.
The deals are at East Side Plaza, located at number 32 Charlotte Street in Port of Spain. It's a sale on everything at all stores. Opening hours are from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Everything from foodstuff, lunches, pottery, African wear, Christmas gift items, tailor services, hair salon services, and so much more. Everything means everything. Head into Port of Spain and check out East Side Plaza at number 32 Charlotte Street.
Police, good day. Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q Auto Parts Division?
Yes, sir.
I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries.
Excuse me, sir?
Is it true you have batteries selling for $488?
Yes. Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries.
So I can buy a battery for $488?
Yes, sir. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed and distributed by Massey Automotive.
Which part?
Right here at Johnny Q Hardware and Auto Parts Division, 15 Arrowbita Avenue, Woodbrook. And our new Johnny Q Superstore, located at Lowlands Mall off Claude Noel Highway in Tobago. You could call 63 Tools.
All right. Thanks, boss. Nah, man. Granny,
do you have $488 to lend me?
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Like a ready TV, all the love inside the way. Uptown and ghetto. Feeling the tempo. So current like so. It's party they like so. Soon as we land, fun is the plan. We like the jam, like the man bam. Waving we hand inside the band, we inside the band. And if you cut me, you go see blood. And if you squeeze me, you go feel the love. We are one people under the sun. One nation under the love. So who feel the black? Who feel the black? Who feel the white? Who feel the white? I don't know. But it's set till tomorrow night. Who feel the wrong? Who feel the wrong? Who feel the right? Who feel the right? Come and go. And all who feel the too bright. Let me jump up. Same way. Let me wind up. Same way. Party not stop. Same way. Ramage bingo like we come to play man. Every creed and class. Don't let nothing pass. Like a ready TV, all the love inside the way. Same way. Same way.
All right. people, thank you for staying with us. Thank you so much for staying with us. It is approximately 10 minutes after the hour of 5 o'clock. We're inside the last and final hour. And we have with us on the line Dr. Livette. How you doing today, Dr. Livette?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am good. Thank you so much for being with us yet another Friday. We missed you last Friday.
Yes. Last Friday was Good Friday, I think.
Yes. You think we still looking for health on the Good Friday, you know?
It's true. Yeah, that Friday was a family day for me. So
very nice.
Yeah. But I'm here, so of course it's good to be here with you and your listeners, wherever you are. In your car, on Facebook, on YouTube. I hope you have your ears perked and you have your notebooks out. We always drop in some very important information as it pertains to your health and your wellness. And today is no different. We are talking about this thing that Trinis say, and not just Trinis, but people everywhere I try to say, you know, you could eat anything if you eat in moderation. Do you agree or disagree? Tell me in the comments.
Agree.
You disagree, right?
Yes.
I want to see what they say in the comments.
Definitely, I'll give you some feedback. And your picture is up on the screen right now. Looking very handsome inside of a studio. It doesn't look like a 919 studio, so we jealous.
Yeah, we're trying. I don't know where that is myself, but okay.
We're using the picture from your Facebook page, your profile.
I see. Okay. All right. So, what do you think? Should you or can you eat anything in moderation? That's what we're talking about today. And we're talking about why U juice, of course, is the healthiest juice. And if you have not tried it yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. But you need to try U juice today. So we're talking about some of the ingredients in U juice and why it's so important for your health. So, Aisha, you're going to help me today, as you usually do. If you have any questions, I really want to get the feedback from our listeners today. So
they're actually commenting. Michael Adams says, yes, you can eat anything once it's in moderation. So go ahead.
Right. So here's the problem. I'm not going to answer yes or no what I think, right? I'm just going to tell you what the science says, right? So if you have a chronic disease, there may be an exception to that for you, because, for example, if someone listening today has trouble with their kidney, which we call renal failure, what affects them the most is foods high in potassium, sodium, and so those types of foods really, you have to stay away from them completely in most cases. If somebody has diabetes, then sugar in moderation, even though a diabetic does need sugar, but overall, you can't eat the sugar in moderation anymore, because if your sugar is 500, which it should be 80 by the way, or if it's 300 or 200, then that tells you what your tolerance for sugar is. And then you have people that have issues with gluten intolerances, for example, where they can't eat wheat at all. So there are people who have food allergies, and those people cannot eat everything in moderation either. But my question to most people is, if you take a full glass of nice, fresh spring water, Aisha, and you drop a little bit of mud in it, a little drop of mud. By the way, the mud is still organic, but you'll get it put. So you drop a little bit of mud, maybe 1% of mud, in a nice clear glass of fresh spring water, filtered. Would you still drink it?
No, I'm sorry.
You would drink it, right? So people would say to me, well, I'm making a bread for myself, and I'm going to take white flour, for example, which would make you fat, and you're going to mix some wheat flour in it, which will also make you fat and also spike the sugar. And I'm going to put some oats in it, which is healthy. Does it make the bread healthy because they have oats in it? No. Is it healthier than if it didn't have any at all? we could argue it's a little healthier, right? It's because oats has more fiber. But the fact is, anything you do on a daily basis is going to dictate how long you live, for sure. And where diet is concerned, if a woman, for example, has polycystic ovaries or she has fibroids, the thing that connects the both conditions is a hormonal imbalance caused by what? By food. But not any kind of food. Foods that are hormonal in nature. Foods like dairy products, like milk or cheese or meat, because we don't kill the male animals. They're too high in testosterone. The meat is too hard. We kill the female animal, which has higher levels of estrogen. That's why the meat is so nice and soft, you see. But you see, the problem is women, their estrogen levels drop the day before the period, and it drops in the middle of the period. So during your cycle, anytime you're eating meat or dairy or eggs, or because the yellow part of the egg is estrogen too, by the way. So these hormonal foods disrupt your own body's ability to regulate your hormones during your cycle. And for black women, you all suffer the most from what we call, and most people of you know, as a hormonal imbalance, which really is a androgen imbalance, because you're having too much estrogen. Too much estrogen, period doesn't come. Not enough estrogen, period doesn't come. So when women have PCOS, which stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome, what happens is you have some small follicles, like picture the hair on your skin, right? Maybe your hair on your arms. Picture a small egg attached to the top of it, and you have something called a follicle-stimulating hormone during your 7-year ovulation, and it literally stimulates that hair on your hand, really, right? Which is, we know where the hair is, right? But it stimulates the hair to release the egg, and you have 1,000 eggs to be released. So, of course, one egg is the egg of the man that could be that could become you or me, right? Or I should say the future generation. So when we have foods that are hormonal foods high in estrogen, it throws off your cycle. Even herbs that are high in estrogen, I tell women to stay away from if they're on a cycle. Certain herbs, like wild yam, for example, right? So we have to think about food from that perspective. So if somebody is trying to lose weight, then the question is, what is moderation? If he was having 4 slices, is 2 moderation? And just 2 slices of bread is about the equivalent of a tablespoon and a half of sugar, which is enough to stop you from losing weight, by the way. So it's not a yes or no kind of thing. If somebody is perfectly healthy, let's just see, and they're eating everything in moderation, again, let's just see, and they are in good health, assuming that they check in their blood work, by the way, to make sure, because I've seen many people who, on the face of it, and I mean even young people, they didn't have any issues, but when they went to do a pap smear in their 20s, I've had clients who had precancerous cells, right, which means they were at risk for ovarian cancer, for example, or cervical cancer, right, or endometrial cancer, because we could, they could test these things and see. Or they were pre-diabetic, but they didn't know, or they had high cholesterol. Do you know how many diseases you can have and don't know? No symptoms. So you still have to check to see what is happening in your body to really understand how your diet is impacting on your life. And if whatever you are moderately consuming, if in fact it is causing you to grow in health rather than accelerate the inevitable process of aging that increases your risk of every disease, by the way, because every disease, most of them is age-related, especially as it pertains to the heart, the number one killer for men and women, and it pertains to your sex organs, like your prostate for men, and the...
We have a question, Dr. Livett, from Ruth Dodds on the chat. Ruth says, good afternoon, Dr. Livett. What would you recommend to eat instead of white flour?
Well, white flour is from a grain, or from a grain which is wheat, right? And so the first question is, why is it white? I want you to understand this first before I tell you what to eat, right? It's white because the grain started off as brown. And the way that they got it white is by processing it, removing all the nutrients it may have had, and then bleaching it with bleach. And that is how it got white. So I had a seminar maybe 8 years ago, and I had men that were working, National Flour Mills, for example. And all the hair on the arms, the ones who were working on the line, bleaching the flour, all the hair, they didn't have any hair on their arms. Aisha.
Yes.
That's white flour. So it is a grain. So there are other grains that we can make flour from. In fact, anything you grind, like almonds, if you grind almonds down to a grain, now you have almond flour. If you grind chana down to a grain, now we have chana flour. So if you grind spelt, which is also a grain, you have spelt flour. So we talk about flour, and we always think about white flour or wheat flour. But those are not the only grains you can make flour from. And by the way, you can make grains for yourself if you have a powerful enough blender. Right? So just be that you can make your flour for yourself, but you can buy spelt. So spelt flour is better. There are people who will grind oats down to a flour and have oat flour. Yeah? So I hope that answers the question. Yes?
It does. Thank you.
Right. So, again, feel free to interrupt me. I really want to hear from you guys today. A bit more than I guess I normally will. So, we talked about people with renal failure. Just to give someone quick advice on some herbs that's very good for your kidney health if you're suffering in that regard. Juniper berry, very powerful herbal treatment for kidney. Cordyceps, it's a very powerful mushroom, very good for your kidney. In any savanna or most backyards in Trinidad and Tobago, you can find Tamawi picker, very good for your kidney. When you touch the picker, it closes up. Some people call it Mary, Mary, close your door. And then
there's... Kingdom Child on Facebook is asking, is it okay to use plantain flour? I must admit I've never heard that one.
Nor have I, but again, you can make flour from anything. If your plantain is green, yes, you can. That's also beneficial.
Go right ahead. Continue.
Right. So, we were talking about the Maui picker, which you can find in most backyards or savannas or fields. And then the other thing that you can also do that's very good for your kidneys or kidney stone is seed under leaf, which again is free. And those are probably the two most important herbs for kidney and for your prostate health, by the way. Right? So, now, let's talk about alcohol now in moderation. Right? We know, for example, that men who drink at least a quarter of a cola daily have sperm counts almost 30% lower than men who drink no cola. This was in a Danish study. This is without alcohol now. With alcohol, it got us as high as 60%. Now, understand, this is not a lot. This is who drink at least a quarter of a cola daily. A quart. Sorry. So not a lot, but the sperm count was 30% lower than men who did not drink any at all. Women who eat lots of low-fat dairy products face an 85% higher risk of ovarian type infertilities and women who consume little or no milk at all. Failure to ovulate is a common cause of infertility, of course, and this was done from a Harvard study. So we have evidence that even a little bit, what you would call moderate amount, to contribute to significant impact on your health. And this is where this is the message I really want to give to the listeners today, is we see food as innocent and we see food as just tasting good. Today I had my last client she was young, she's 23 years old, and I said to her, she has her issues, and I told her that you're too young to be having those issues. I told her what to do, and I said to her, like I'm going to say to you guys now, when we're young, Aisha, what is more important, time or money?
Time, money. When we're young, money, definitely.
Money. Because when you're young, your eyesight working good. Your reflexes working good. So you want a nice Ferrari or some nice fancy car. Because you can drive, you can see. Your reaction time is good. Not so. But when you get to 80 years old, you think you'll give an 80-year-old a Ferrari as a gift?
Nah, won't be able to enjoy it.
The car see good. You have no friends to show it off with, so probably half of them sick or dead. When you have a nice car, you go to all your friends to see a nice car. Even a new house, somebody 80 years old don't want a new house, Aisha. But when you're young, you want the nicest house with all the best things, not so?
Correct.
So the message is that we have to value the key, especially for young people listening right now, is you have to imagine yourself being 80 years old today from this perspective now. Because if you value time more than money, more than a degree, more than a master's, more than a doctorate, more than whatever else in your life you think would be more important today, if you value time more than that, then you would value your life more. You wouldn't sacrifice your health for things that when you get to 60, 70, 80, don't matter as much, and you can't reverse the time. So my plea today, and you all have to remember, I have seen over 5,000 people. I have seen every eventuality of decision-making processes. I have seen people at every stage of their life, from the second they're born, and the oldest client is 97 years old. I've looked at blood works of people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and I look at their diet. I can tell you what they eat, how it relates to their results on their blood work. I see hundreds of results. So when I give you advice, I have done the work. I have done my own research, and I can tell you without a doubt that eating in moderation should only be accompanied by doing your blood work and really understanding what that moderation means for your health. Do you agree?
Totally.
And this is what we have to focus on. Because unless you know how something is impacting your health, you don't really have an idea how to fix. Where to begin to fix it? What if you're deficient in vitamin D? You need to not consume vitamin D in moderation. You have to consume plenty of vitamin D to suffice the deficiency. But then how do you know if you don't do a blood test? If you do a blood test and your cholesterol level is high, would you still eat fried foods in moderation? No. Because anything fried going to carry up your cholesterol levels if it's high. So we have to get into that mode. That is why we made a product like U-Juice. Because the average person listening today, if you're anything like me, or how I was for sure in the past, but even now, because I'm still busy, I don't have the time to always, make a health drink, let's just say, of my own. So I said, let me see how I can support busy people who don't really have the time to make something like U-Juice. And of course, you can't even make something like U-Juice because it's so advanced. You can't get any of these ingredients anywhere else in Trinidad other than in U-Juice. You cannot get nanopaquimine anywhere else other than in reduce. And nanocurcumin has so many benefits for blocking the spike protein of COVID-19 in a study in Brazil, from blocking the enzyme that allows COVID-19 to enter the body. These are all done in studies where nanocurcumin helps to prevent clotting, which is one of the reasons why people die from COVID-19, the blood clot, which is a side effect of, known side effect of some vaccines, clotting. Some people have deep vein thrombosis, or they look at their feet and they're black, lack of circulation, so nanocurcumin helps with that. Then you have all the benefits of ginger. You have all the benefits of red Korean ginseng, which is an aphrodisiac, gives you energy. It's what they call adaptogenic rays. You have all the benefits of vitamin D3, which, if your vitamin D is sufficient, it decreases your risk of cancer by 50%. It also decreases the risk of cardiovascular events by 50%. So these are the things that we want to have a lot of. Still not overdoing it, but you want to have a lot more of the good stuff, especially these days when you have to make decisions on.
We have a question on YouTube from Candy Porter. She says, what herbs can be used to clean your blood?
Again, ginger and curcumin turmeric is really good as a blood cleanser. Apart from that, remember that your liver is the filter that cleans the blood and your kidney. So once you support the health of your liver and your kidney, then, and your diet isn't bad, then the blood is clean. And what curcumin does is support the natural detox pathways of your liver. Not just curcumin, also milk thistle, dandelion, and these herbs as well also support your natural detox pathways in your liver. And these are really the most important things. Yeah? I want to shout out, of course, Medicare Pharmacy. They're out there in Marabella. So shout out to Mr. Mohammed. And I also want to shout out Valencia Convenience Store. Of course, they're in Valencia, so check them out. You can get juice there as well. And many more stores. Of course, I want to shout out all the Maxi stores, all the True Values, all the JTAs, the Passad, the Food King, SS Passad, and low cost. These are all places that you can get juice. Food Giant, Food Basket, Hearty Foods Arima, Marad, Westside Arima. West Bees, let's forget to mention West Bees, so shout out to West Bees as well. And these are all the places that you guys could go and get juice. And having a juice a day is probably the best thing that you could do for your liver health, to give you energy. Today, someone who's a personal trainer told me, Aisha, that he's not the only one that he uses it to work out, because astaxanthin, which is nature's most powerful antioxidant, gives you tremendous energy. So before he works out, he uses it, and it takes him.
We just have a minute to go, Dr. Livett.
Well, the time goes fast when we're having fun. So I hope, although I blast through the information fast today, somehow it resonated with you guys. Make these small changes. Everything in moderation, but check to see what your blood work is. And of course, you do said it keeps the doctor away. I didn't say so, right? That's what the research says about the ingredients in juice. 467-45015. And for juice to get free delivery anywhere in Trinidad or Tobago, call 222-6742. That number again is 222-6742. Aisha, it's great to be here with you, and as we
excellent indeed.
Live mighty, live healthy, live it. See you guys next Friday.
Thank you so much, Dr. Livett. And of course, that is Dr. Livett from Livett's Health and Wellness. And of course, he will be with us again next Friday. We're going to go for a break, and when we come back, we close off today's show.
And if you squeeze me, you go feel the love. We are one people under the sun, one nation under the law. So who feel the black? Who feel the black? Who feel the white? Who feel the white? I don't know. But till tomorrow night, who feel the wrong? Who feel the wrong? Who feel the right? Who feel the right? Come and go. And all who feel the too bright, let me jump up, same way. Let me wind up, same way. Party not stop. Ramaje bingo like we come to to play mass. Every creed and class. Don't let nothing pass. Like a ready TV.
Dr. Livette. Join him right here on your radio every Friday afternoon from 5:05 p.m. to 5:35 p.m. for your dose of the health and wellness in a program that is sure to change your life. Popular for promoting Livette rather than diet, Dr. Livette has transformed a number of lives nationwide and is now live on the Street 919 FM every Friday from 5:05 p.m. Tune in and also learn about the U-Juice to build your immunities and promote overall great health. Dr. Livette on the Street 919 FM this and every Friday from 5:05 p.m. to 5:35 p.m. It's time that you live.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 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 Ooh. Belly. If you cut me, you go see blood. And if you squeeze me, you go feel the love. We are one people under the sun. One nation under the law. So who feel the black? Who feel the black? Who feel the white? Who feel the white? I don't know. But it's set till tomorrow night. Who feel the wrong? Who feel the wrong? Who feel the right? Who feel the right? Come and go. Come and go. And all who feel the too bright. Let me jump up. Same way. Let me wind up. Same way. Party not stop. Same way. Grandma shedding go like a we come to play mass. Same way. Every creed and class. Don't let nothing pass. Like a ready TV, all the love inside away. You got an accent, but we're not really different. 99, 1% love to wine, represent. All of we want to see happiness, prosperity. I for you and you for me. Cause if you touch me, you go see blood. And if you squeeze me, you go feel the love. We are one people under the sun. One nation under the law. So who feel the black? Who feel the black? Who feel the white? Who feel the white? I don't know. But it's set till tomorrow night. Who feel the wrong? Who feel the wrong? Who feel the right? Who feel the right? Come and go. And all who feel the too bright. Let me jump up. Same way. Let me wind up.
Aisha, good afternoon. The problem in Trinidad is politics going to mash up Trinidad. Since I've known politics in Trinidad, I've never seen so many lawyers in one party. Everything happened, they run into court. Don't be shooting with the Coast Guard and the Venezuelan thing. What did the opposition leader say? They are murderers. And these are the things that mashing up Trinidad and Tobago. Politicians have to be more responsible. And when you listen to the opposition talk, they're fighting down everything that the police, the army, everybody want to do. They could do it better than anybody else. They're not trying to get together and see if they could solve this problem. What they're doing is crying down everything. Policemen have to be very careful how they do things out there. Because the amount of lawyers these UNC have there, they don't stand a chance nowhere in hell to get off what they're doing. What Trinidad need is a days like when they had Randall Burroughs and Rani Bab on them. You go in these places, you shoot them up, and then you ask questions, because now they have more artillery than the police. So until these politicians get together in Trinidad and Tobago I keep saying it, Trinidad going down a slippery slope. And I want to see when the UNC win, if they could change anything. They want to break up everything and then want to build back up from the ground. It don't work like that. People always wake up and smell the coffee. If I'm a police down there, I'll be very careful what I'm doing, because next thing I'm in front of the judge. You understand? I'm not saying to have some bad policemen, but you cannot go out talking all kind of crazy things. They're giving more ammunition to the criminal down there than anything else. Always wake up.
Come and go. And all who feel it too bright, let me jump up, same way. Let me wind up, same way. Party not stop. Ramage bingo like we come to play mass. Every creed and class, don't let nothing pass. Like already.
All right, so some of the voice notes are just circling and not loading. I'll try to play them if they do load. Caller, you're live.
Good afternoon, I said, well, so...
Good afternoon.
I heard the killer police.
Yes.
I got the news, the sad news there, but the last time I ain't playing no Dominic Calipasad. So you brought the fact that sheriff is the police. So I let you, the media, bust the news. But I heard it earlier because they rushed him to the St. James Infirmary.
Yes, and he died there.
Yes. I said, well, I got a company on the radio station here with the death penalty. That is on the books. I said, well, we have to be real. It is time that we start cleaning out death row. The Pratt and Morgan is who are there within the 5-year span. And I am saying the only thing to do is to drive fear. The people who kill innocent people and rape and murder. You are practicing Muslim, Aisha. You know what goes on in Islamic countries. You forfeit your life, your right to live. Too many mothers are crying. I am saying, if they don't want to use the death penalty that is there, enshrined in the Constitution, stop Mama Gainwe and get rid of it. I don't want to hear no laws in England. If we could utilize Ramesh Lawrence Mirage in a commission inquiry to spend millions of dollars of my taxpayers' money, Ramesh said that it could be done. And I am calling on the government to, if that is Ramesh's skill, the last time somebody was hanged in this country, people were hanged, or under the Bazio Paze regime, and Ramesh Lawrence Mirage as Attorney General. I don't want to hear the poor, he was a Abubakar lawyer, and he was Dolce lawyer, all them dead and gone. I said, well, let me tell you something. Before we went with Mr. Manning lost the first election, Bazio partner Ramesh Lawrence Mirage, they came in on a wave of crime, to fix crime. And a former Attorney General said that Ramesh can't hang nobody. That he just talk and he can't hang nobody. And when he came in, Aisha Wells, so said, so done. I am saying we have somebody there with that skill set, and I will only believe it until Ramesh is given the opportunity that he said everything is right here, and it could be done. And when fear is drived into the society of criminal elements, raping, killing, murdering innocent people, they know their life will be forfeited. Aisha Wells, you will see. I was wrong. I was wrong, Aisha Wells, in the area. I used to walk through town 2-3 o'clock in the morning from 95 to 2000. That's the only time murders was under 100. Between 95 to 2000 until Bazio Pandey fired Ramesh Lawrence Mirage. I am saying time to utilize Ramesh Lawrence Mirage to go after white-collar criminals and to deal with those people on death row who just eaten my taxpayers' money and getting fat and playing legal gymnastics. He is there to be utilized. And that's the only way. We have tried every single thing in the book, and it has not worked. So the only thing will tell me, Lewy, until you try the man who say that it could be done and who did it by track record, that is when I will say that cannot be used. Until Ramesh is used to carry out his skills to try to do it. Chance Aisha Wells.
Thank you so much. Someone else is saying that prison used to be a place that, frightened criminals. Now, prison seems to be a place that criminals holiday when they want to get away from other criminals. and the outside world. It's like a revolving door. They come out and they go back in, and they go back in, and they come out, and then they have cell phone. Yeah, just for a few years, they pardon, and then they come back out. It's sad when prison no longer is served as a deterrent. Caller, you live.
Hey, Aisha, how are you going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, Aisha. I'm cool and there. Listening to the my condolences to the family of that police officer get shot. I come from Digo, so I kind of got the news. Very sad. Aisha, I want to disagree with the last caller there. Why is it every time there's a big issue here, why is it that we can't hire somebody within the PNM to solve that? I mean, they say, remember, I know that Ramesh Marad is described as a good crime buster and stuff like that. However, from experience, Aisha, remember when Patrick Manning hired John? Aisha?
Yes, I remember.
Right, and recently Dr. Rowley hired Gary Griffith. And you see what happened? What's the outcome of that? So I think, Mr. St. James, I like the thing, but I don't think we had a focus on the outside thing. But I think we could look within, within the party grouping. Maybe there's somebody thing. I could probably see somebody like Keith Scotland. That's my take on it, Aisha. I don't know what's your take on that, because PNM got burned already. First with Jordan John, and now Gary Griffith. I will leave it there, Aisha. You have a good day.
Thank you so much. Let's see who else is outside. Okay. Voice notes are still not loading. Tired of this. Caller, you live. Caller, you live.
Yeah. Why these fellas when they had they say that there's talk all kind of thing? These fellas are them killing people. Nobody don't blame them. We just start to blame this one and that one and that one. And we don't tell them fellas them that wrong, put on the gun, nothing. You start to talk. Criminal put food on Ramesh plate. You go use Satan to correct sin. Tell me. Stop talking stupidness, man.
Thank you so much, caller. Let me see what you guys are saying on Facebook. All right. So, Esther say have a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Esther. Facebook, Reginald Rose says prison is now a 3-star hotel, 3 square meals, butlers. And you tell them they eat, they shower, they exercise. What more do you want?
Holiday Inn.
Holiday Inn. Caller, you live.
Hello, Aisha. Good evening.
How are you?
Fine, thank you, Aisha. I just want to commend you for your past few programs. Oh my God, you're having some but listen, 91.9 having some buster programs, if you understand what
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Aisha, you do well. You're a real professional, and I'm going to swell up your head there a little bit. And as observe you, so you just handle the balls and the voice notes and all them guys are professional. Anyway, brothers and sisters out there, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. You understand? There was an underlying anomaly with the last issue we had at a police commissioner, the unspoken word now, and we know what that takes. We know what was the good of that issue and that situation, but down inside your heart, you know that, and that is one of the brothers who really know what to do, regardless the parrot mouth vibes, now, if you understand. I talk in my mind who want to.
Well, right now he is on a roll. Because on Facebook, 7 minutes ago, he accused the Prime Minister of misleading the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, you're stupid.
Gary Griffith, let me read it for you. Listen off here, you can call us back. Gary Griffith stated, Prime Minister Keith Rowley has misled the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago a short while ago when he made false claims as it pertains to the status of interception by the state. Gary says there are several witnesses to the negotiation for the cited equipment both inside the SSA and the TTPS. To begin with, I repeat, we do not have the Pegasus in Trinidad and Tobago. The Prime Minister doesn't even know the name of the equipment he's speaking about. Additionally, no such equipment can be purchased without the knowledge and approval of the Minister of National Security and the head of the National Security Council. No one ever took anything away from the police service, nor did anyone buy any piece of equipment without authority. In fact, I have documentary evidence of communications between the then Minister of National Security and myself on the acquisition of the equipment, as well as on how it should be used. The TTPS and the SSA had joint discussions in the intercept equipment. Both organizations felt that the equipment could be misused if it ended up in the wrong hands. As a result, an agreement was made that allowed both organizations to serve as check and balance on each other. The equipment was essentially split into two, with the forces of SSA to have and inform the TTPS when they needed to use the equipment and vice versa. I also have a template as to how this arrangement was operationalized. The procedure, or was to be, operationalized. The procedure is what probably saved many citizens in this country from violation of their privacy and their rights, as when the Minister of National Security was changed, the new minister was pressuring me as the Commissioner of Police to place a constable in charge of the department where the TTPS part of the equipment was housed. This pressure by the minister only further convinced me that SSA must be part of the process. It should be noted that this type of equipment is designed to be used to monitor terrorist organizations and gangs. In the wrong hands, however, it can be a weapon against ordinary citizens. I was determined by this latter would not occur under my watch. As usual, Prime Minister cannot separate national security from politics. Nothing happened as he described. It is entirely fantasy. He completed his statement stating the name of the equipment as a matter of fiction. So why would, in my opinion, Gary Griffith discuss such high-profile national security operations and informations and the department in which they are housed and the type of equipment which it is used, and the fact that he has templates of such on Facebook where anybody, son and a mother, could find it? And this is what frightens me about this situation playing out with Gary Griffith entering into politics, Eric.
He still have at a banker because he was.
I think it's gone past
right?
that.
And I think you being as a former commissioner of police,
this should never play out on Facebook.
How to operate?
This shouldn't be on Facebook.
Aisha, we had Johnson, we had Hilton guy.
I've never seen any of them behave this way.
Those parts, even the one before him, Stephen Williams, you never hear not one of those commissioners and them do what he doing there. So in other words, you are putting the country's security at risk into the wrong hand, and you're coming now to make the country
on
believe.
On Facebook, anybody can find it.
Get it. And you're
I'm worried
giving the
by
perception
this.
now that anybody, criminals, because you know everybody have sorts of...
1 minute caller.
Okay. To get a hand at this, and you know what's that? There are problems. And he said so. He said if he go and talk, Dr. Roy, the election very, very soon.
I think we get in there.
Yeah.
I think we get in there. Caller, you're live.
And he on stupidness. And that is what bring he down. That dotishness that he getting on with there. That's why I don't really support him again in that term now. While saying to Aisha, I wanted to finish.
Just have a minute.
Yeah.
Show is about to end. Bring it home.
Yeah, bringing it home. Heavy policing. Remember in Mr. Patrick Manning time, he lego the policing and the soldiers, and the UNC lawyers jump out and talk about rights, and people start to talk about rights. That's why we lock down all the areas where they know guns and bullets and things selling and transferring and all them kind of thing, and watch and you'll see something. What you go and jump out to talk about human rights when that happens. But that's what we don't have to reinvent the wheel. All you have to do is them and the police know what to do in terms of to lock down an area and cramp the hustle. Thanks.
People be out of here. Closing comments, Eric.
Hi guys, well, it's the weekend. Let's be careful, be safe out there. I want to send condolences to the family of the officer that lost his life in the line of duty. You know, there is a risky job, right? And guys, be safe, do the right thing, because it's the right thing to do. Blessed weekend.
God's willing, we'll be back here again Monday as I
please,
usually say, TNT do a good deed today until Monday, when we come with something else, something new, something hot on the official station of Defense the Nation, the Street 919 FM. Have a good one.
Who feel the right? Come and go.